explicited.
Arms out to your mum's house. Arms out to your mum's, to your mum's, to your mum's. Arms out to your mum's house. Arms out to your mum's, to your arms out to your mum's house. To your mum's house.
All right. Yes, we are live right now.
LIVE.
Hey. Let me just introduce myself. My name is The Amber. Make sure you put the in there with a capital T. No, I'm just kidding. Amber is my name. Is my hip hop pseudonym, as they say. What are you saying,
Ambs, Amboriginal,
yeah,
Amberlicious, Amber, Amba, AMBA.
The ambidextrous wonder.
Ambidextrous.
Yeah.
I was sticking you up the other day, actually, on a. Well, I'm going to say it on a trackside, and I just liked doing the ER. I never see you do ER.
I don't really. Well, I rarely.
I like AMBs with an S.
Yeah.
And I like AMBER. Makes it a fat long tag with a fat R at the end.
I tag AMBER a lot.
Yeah.
I tag it, but I just don't. I rarely piece or dub and do all 5 letters.
Very
because
rare.
Usually I just do the AMB. Maybe I'll stick an S or a Z at the end. Yeah,
It's just laziness, man.
And yeah, it's a weird one. But yo, introduce yourself, man. Who am I talking to?
My name's Theme.
Hey.
Theme-alicious, delicious.
The thematic.
Vicious, never superstitious. FEAMPHEMETHEAM, all the different spellings. But yeah, man.
I love it when you do. I love it when you do FEEM.
Yeah.
Your
Theme.
Your theme.
That's very like that's when our Polish friends are talking. Theme.
Yeah. Yo,
Theme, you come with me. We do this now.
Yes, my brother. So, yo, well, listen, we're here. We're doing this podcast now. You know, it was initially your idea. I mean, you know, I've always kind of wanted to do a podcast.
Ages.
Yeah, I love podcasts. I love listening to podcasts. I've been listening to podcasts for a long, long time. So yeah, I've always kind of wanted to do one. But you've been bugging me to do one. You've got a lot on your mind.
Yeah, and I've only just really got into them. While I'm working now, painting and decorating, I'm now always listening to podcasts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fuck
Before,
the radio.
I just can't believe people will listen to these people just talking shit. But it seems, I mean, I do. I listen to people talking shit now.
Yeah.
Instead of music.
I love it, but it's specific types of, not types of people, but specific people. I like to hear them talk shit. I don't just like listening to any old, just to hear them talk shit. No, I respect and like certain people's opinions on things. And I like to hear what they have to say about stuff, especially people who have a certain expertise in something. And that's what I love about podcasts is that no matter what you're into, doesn't matter if you're in, there's a dude out there recording every week, an hour, 2 hours, just talking about that specific thing
about,
that
like,
you're in.
Pythagoras or
whatever.
the back of lorries.
Or like woodwork, making woodwork, or a specific mad, crazy underground.
Maximizing your vape to get extra cloud.
Exactly, vaping podcast. Or like, because we're into music ourselves, you know what I mean? So, and like the underground subgenres of music, and then there's loads of stuff out there if you want it, but you have to dig for it. That's the thing. You have to find the one that will suit you. You know what I mean? But anyway, so you've been bugging me about making this. Well, not bugging me. I've been up for it as well. But you know, about doing a podcast together. Not particularly about anything in particular. I mean, obviously, music and graffiti is
music and graph, London culture. But I wanted to do it to like get things off my chest, things that I'm not going to use for like stand-up comedy or Instagram videos, but to get like. Just to say, what the fuck is this? Like, how can this be happening? And then quite, go off on a tangent because it makes you feel better, man. It makes me feel better anyway. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No doubt, man. And also, I mean, not to sound big-headed or egotistical or anything like that, but, we're worldly men. You know what I'm saying? We've been around the block, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that I'm not saying our opinions are worth more than anyone else, but I'm just saying that, we have strong opinions on stuff. You know what I mean?
I am saying that. I'm saying our opinions are now better than that. Everyone is moist and their opinion is dog shit. especially like the new gen.
Well, no, I think you're being harsh. You see, I like to play.
That's why you need a button. The theme's too harsh button. We've got to get that in to bleep me out.
I'm gonna get some buttons in for the next show. Hopefully, on my NPC, I'll have some triggered buttons for like when theme is triggered. We'll have a button for.
See the word triggered. Where that word doesn't exist before. Triggered used to be nothing. It used to be trigger.
Different. It meant something different back in the day.
And now it means now you're getting triggered by something on. No, I'm just having my fucking opinion about your fucking moist flannel shit that you're talking about. That doesn't make any sense. That didn't exist 5 or 10, not even 10. No, 3-4 years ago, it didn't exist. And now you can't say this, or you can't do that, or you can't do that. Everyone's in, or you're getting triggered by that. No, I'm not getting triggered. I'm just telling you, you're chatting mess. And it's utter bullshit and incorrect.
I agree with you. Yeah, I do. Because that phrase, obviously the word has been around forever. Someone being triggered by something, obviously that's been around forever. But now the way in the context it's being used nowadays is like, oh, you're being triggered. Oh, you're triggered.
But exactly. It would have been like a chemical reaction. The phosphorus gets triggered by the air. No. That's how it would have worked.
No, but I personally now, at first I agreed with you wholeheartedly. I was like, it's some newfangled phrase the new kids are coming up with now to try and, silence me kind of thing, yeah? or to try and belittle my reaction or whatever. But to be honest, man, I genuinely, Demos, I kind of like that phrase, man. It kind of really encapsulates, because people do get triggered by shit, yo. Like there's could be something that would
get triggered by everything.
They will set someone off. You know what I mean? Like obviously with politics and religion, certain hot topics, you don't mention them, or if you do, you got to be prepared for someone to react emotionally. You know what I mean? And that's what I think someone being triggered is. And I think
get triggered by shit that's good. Like stuff that I know it's even good and it shouldn't trigger me and piss me off.
Yeah.
But it triggers me and pisses me off. That's crazy. Like I was saying, when you go to Brixton and you see a guy with blonde dreadlocks playing guitar, like wearing sandals, sitting on the station, out on the pavement outside.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. He can do that. He's not getting stabbed in the neck. He's not getting mugged. So it's actually a good thing. But to me, it pisses me off. What's Brixton come to where this guy can sit down here with his Nike Jerusalems and play guitar with like 3 strings and smoke his little zoo, and singing no one even jacks him. No one even says no one says anything.
And he's blatantly
completely normal now.
A trust fund kid talking about pain and strife, and I'm like Babylon on my case and shit, and you're like, yo, who the fuck are you, yo?
Yeah.
No, exactly. I tell you what triggers me more now, and now more so than ever. I used to love it, but now it winds me up. The beatboxers, man, beatboxers out in the street, like they're just so loud and obnoxious now, man. Like back in the day, I'd be like, oh shit, mama's beatboxing, because you wouldn't see them that often. Yeah, and
they used to be
crowd
good.
around, and you do Wu-Tang, or you do clips, do crazy shit. I'll be like, oh yeah, that sounds dope. I'll dash him a pound or something, or chat to him, or give him a handshake or something. But now, when I hear it now, I'm just like, and they're just doing whack drum and bass covers of some weird
break beat.
Not break beat, dubstep stuff.
Dubstep, that's it.
Dubstep. They're just doing that down the mile. I'm like, I'm trying to walk around here like, what the hell are you doing, bro? It's so obnoxious. It's
dubstep dudes have definitely got blonde dreadlocks. You know what I mean?
But for a beatboxer, that's like impressive, because you can create the most like industrial kind of like baseline sounds. You know what I mean? Like, that's what is impressive. Like a human can make that, and I am impressed by it. And I love beatboxing in general. I do love it. But just when you're out and about, sometimes I see these dudes, I'm like,
everyone goes back to that.
That's the classic.
They do whole new dubstep shit. Like if you get drum and bass or jungle heads talking about dubstep, they go absolutely mental. Mental.
Yeah, man. So okay. So we don't even have a name for this podcast yet, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
DJ
I remember about 2 years ago when the pandemic hit. we recorded one at your house and we just called it the theme show because I was kind of taking a back seat and I was like, oh, it's your thing. Like, you just wanted someone there to bounce ideas off of. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure, of course. And we called it the theme show. But I don't know, now...
It's a bit one-sided, the old theme show, bro.
I don't mind being a co-host, you know what I mean? I don't mind playing second fiddle, you know what I'm saying? But I came up with a few names. I'll list them out to you now. I mean, we have to come to some sort of...
We do need a name eventually, man. We need to have a name so people can know like what to look for and what it is.
Yeah, well, definitely we need a name at some point, but whether we have to decide right this second, I don't know. But let me list out a couple of ideas I've had. Yeah. One of them was just a weird phrase that I thought would catch people's eyes. And I don't think any other podcasters call this, but arms house to your mum's house. So people can call it mum's house or arms house for short. But
yo, did you listen to the new Arms House? Yeah, I heard Mum's House, man. Shit.
Because I remember, because we were saying we're getting things off our chest. We might ruffle a few feathers or whatnot. But like, obviously, please, let me just say this one disclaimer. We come in peace and love. Me and Theme, we're lovers, not fighters. But we'll bring Arms House to your mum's house if you want that. But obviously, that's not our goal in this thing. We have nothing but love for everybody, man.
Where did you used to say that back in the day? I swear you used to say. Where did that come from? A tune?
No. I used to say when someone said, "I'll bring arms house to your mum's house," I said, "I'll bring armed rads to your mum's pad."
Is it from one of them spoof films or some shit? It rings a bell. Arms House. It's definitely it's 90s. It's Arms House.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Arms House.
I'm trying to think. The only rapper I can think of, obviously Arms House is a well-known phrase, you know what I mean?
But not really anymore. You can say that some people still say he's going to bring arms.
Yeah.
A little bit they still say that. But Arms House, bro.
Arms House. Actually, yeah, the phrase Arms House. Like, where did the house come from?
Dude just got bare arms in the house.
Yeah, but like, I'm going to bring Arms House to you. Yeah. Like, it doesn't...
But you instantly know what it means.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's going to be a whole shitload of arms.
So I was thinking, we call the podcast Arms House to your mum's house.
Or to your Mars house.
To your
Mars. Arms are a bit more
but
rhyming.
Mars is a bit... it does rhyme as the MC, you know what I mean? Of course.
Arms house to your Mars house.
Yeah, it does rhyme better, but Mars house is a bit of an Americanism, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and because we're English, but
you've always hated those Americans. Any Americans who listen to this,
no, I don't.
You're gonna have to write into Amber and say, "Yo,
no, bruv, don't put that out there because I love my American brethren. I got family out there. Some people say
you've got family.
Yeah. And
family out there, man.
Some people say I talk with a little bit of an American twinge to my voice, man. Some people have said.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if I do it that bad, but
you got the lisp.
When I say 33, sometimes I say 33. It's the third.
Yo, 33, yo.
No. 30. I always say 30. I always do the instead of the T. But no, I've been told
30. She's flirty, 30, ain't she?
The water in Majorca.
Don't taste like it all.
But anyway, Arms House to your mum's house, the name. Or we call it...
I like it already.
Or we call it the Theme and Amber Show. That's like, a bit of a cop-out, but, it's straight to the point. The Theme and Amber Show. Or I started playing with the word theme and the word or amber. And I thought, themed rambling. Themed rambling. That's a bit weird. Maybe not. Or themed ambience.
Kind of sounds like it's just me rambling. Themed rambling.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you know, there's the Yeah, no, it's true. Or ambivalent
theme amplified.
Ambivalent themes.
Ambivalent. No, these are all compared to Arms House to your mum's house. These are all dog shit, bro.
But Arms House to your mum's house is a little bit aggressive. It's funny, but it's a little bit aggressive because I don't want that. Even though we're going to speak our mind and we might rustle some feathers or whatnot. But I don't want it to be like, we're bringing arms, yo. We're fucking
We're bringing fucking Sometimes you're going to have a button to cut me off because sometimes we're bringing arms. If I see shit that pisses me off, I'm going to go fucking in on those dirty little mugs, and you're going to have to cut me off. It's going to be, I'm going to listen. I've got a moment of arms house to your mum's house, Amber. This is what's going to...
No, I'm going to be editing the podcast, so if you say something too outlandish, I'll have final say, and I will delete that shit out, or I'll beep names out. or something.
So you keep some of it in, but so people know what I'm talking about. But the thing is, beep bits out.
But that's the thing, though. To be honest, when I hear that being done, whether it's on TV or on podcasts that I listen to, and yeah, okay, for legal reasons, I get it, why people beep stuff out. But then when it's like, oh, I don't want to hurt his feelings, but like, if he was a prick to you, or if he was being a dick, just call him out, yo. Yeah. You know, a little bit. There's a little side of me that kind of wants to do that. But again, I get how, you know, when you do air stuff out like that on a podcast, something that everyone has access to, then of course there's what's the word? Comeuppance? No, repercussions to that. But, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you used to wear shirts that said "Born to Kick Ass" on it. You know what I mean? And go around beating the fuck out of people. And now you're saying this kind of thing. It's very disappointing, man.
No, but even going, but there's a difference between going to someone mano y mano, seeing them somewhere in the street and slapping them or kicking the crap out of them, or having a fight even.
Yeah.
And it's between you and them, and then it happens, and then his story is what his story is, and your story is what your story is. But if you're saying something in a microphone out to the public, then you're kind of putting things out there. So you're kind of asking for that repercussion in a way. It's not like we're complete angels here. We're all going to come from our own perspective and our own opinions and our own subjectiveness, you know what I mean? And
Amber gave me a gun at school and I got expelled. You know, this is the same guy talking about it. I tell you one thing about Amber.
It wasn't a real gun, by the way. It wasn't a real gun. It was
one
a
of these
gun.
things about Amber. Amber was one of those guys when everyone's balls were still in their throat, and they were like 5'2", skinny little white kids, big mop of blonde hair like I had. Amber went to like 6'7", could do anything he wanted, used to bust people up, pick you up by one hand, duck you across the hallway, bust through you in the rugby or the basketball, literally bust and do whatever. If you saw Amber and Ealing at the wrong time, bruv, you were getting a beat down. You're getting a beat down. And that was like, yo, I don't want to do this. But it's true. It's true.
I did have my little wispy moustache coming through early, like 12, 13. I had a little moustache.
Those roots, those Arabic roots coming through.
Exactly. I was the one who was buying cigarettes for everyone. You know what I mean?
He was that guy. He was that guy.
I wasn't going around picking fight. Well, maybe at one point. And the thing is, it was purely out of insecurities, man. I was young, trying to show up to other people and hanging out with certain people, you know what I mean? And you do stupid, dumb shit, man. You know?
It doesn't seem like people do that. Like that all for me, that all relates back to Graph. All of that stuff, the characters that you were hanging around with was because of Graph.
It kind of had to with Graph, like, because Graph is, because of its illegality, policing Graph, you know what I mean? You had to do it yourself. And there was no other language apart from shouting in someone's face or slapping someone. Obviously, there's dogging people out, and you can dog each other out as much as possible, but until you run into the person physically, and you kind of, and I kind of felt back in the day, this is in the 90s we're talking about, I felt like you're saying, having that reputation of, Amber, if you go over Amber, you might get slapped. You know,
and
like
you needed to keep it up as well.
Kind of deter people from going over you. You know what I mean?
You sent someone home in a body bag on Ealing Common. I remember on Ealing Common, someone got an absolute beat down. Whips and chains.
I never beat someone up that never got back up again.
You never, or you did?
No, I've never had a fight with someone where they didn't walk away from the fight. You know what I mean?
I just remember. School,
I was never a weapons person or anything like that.
Do you remember at school where he wasn't a weapons person? He gave me a gun. Do you remember when you gave me that gun? Yeah? You said
It wasn't a gun. It was a pellet gun. It was a plastic BB gun. Yo,
if
and
you had that
fired it
gun
in
now,
someone's face.
you'd be shot by police. You know, by like guns like that
easy.
now, BB guns, they have to have like massive, like loads of orange or fluorescent yellow over it.
Yeah.
Like blatant disformities to show that it's a toy. This was like a gun from Japan.
It was a proper replica.
Metal. Yeah, it was. The fuck you got that gun? And the one thing Maddie said to me,
it was a
Glock 17.
Yeah,
magazine came out the bottom, everything.
It was my favorite gun. Still my favorite gun. Anyway,
the one thing he said to me is, we were like best. There was a couple of us like best friends, and I remember Amber saying, "Obviously, I'm begging to see it, like begging to see it." And he said, "Yo, you are the only person who is not allowed to look or touch or see or smell this gun. I'm never gonna let you use it."
You had a reputation as well. You were a wild child back in the day.
Yeah, but I was like a skinny little like twat. I was only doing stuff to like try and make people.
You were the dude climbing on the roof of the building and like jumping off of here, like you were that dude. I dare you to do that, and you'd like jump on it without even.
I do it, to get props, like for insecure reasons as well, to get props.
Yeah.
And anyway, he said, "You're the only guy. You're the only guy who's not going to touch this thing." And I was like, "What do you mean, motherfucker?" Obviously, it was giving him like the what the fuck speech.
Listen,
and he kept it up for like 3 or 2 hours or something.
If we're going to tell the story, let's just tell the story properly from the beginning. Me and Andy, me and Theme, we go way back. Yeah,
back.
We go way back to like primary school days, man. Even yeah. Anyway, and we went to the same school for a little while until Theme got kicked out. And you didn't get kicked out because of this one incident.
You got kicked out as well.
No, I didn't. I stayed in by the skin of my teeth, man. I made it till GCSE, and then I left because I knew I didn't have much longer to survive in there. And it was a quite well-to-do school, you know what I mean?
We did not fit in that school.
Not at all. I mean, props to my parents for sending me there and working hard to get me there because it wasn't cheap, you know what I mean? That was why I didn't get kicked out, because I knew whatever, like my dad would have kicked the living shit out of me, even though he did many times. But but I was always but to be honest, I was always dancing on the line. I could have been kicked out for so many things, but I kind of managed to get away with a lot of shit, man. But let's tell this story then. So we go way back. This is back when we were like, I don't know, how old? 10, 11? No. Younger?
Like 12
maybe. Yeah, 12. So we're in school.
It's like 92, 93.
Yeah, something like that.
Shit, man.
So we're in school, and
you got it off that little Japanese guy.
Yeah,
had the links.
I don't even know if he was Japanese. He might have been Japanese. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, he brought his pellet gun into school for some reason. Yeah, and
this is when pellet guns they looked like arms.
Yeah,
you couldn't buy this kind of thing anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it would be too. You could rob a shop with it easily.
It was a proper replica. Yeah, no red kit on the end, nothing. But anyway, that's by the by. Excuse me. Sorry, 1 second. I got.
I'm not sure it's by the by. You could go in there and rob a bookies with it today. Like that's why they don't have them anymore.
You could, yeah, of course. But at the time, we weren't planning on doing anything like that. We're just kids. You know what I mean? Just shooting pellets, shooting like pigeons or something. Not really, but anyway. So boom, this kid, he's in my form class. So he shows me this thing, which was wrong on his behalf. Yeah. Cause once he showed it to me, I was like, that's mine now. Yeah.
Yeah.
In my head.
Exactly.
And cause he was a little geeky kid. I was like, bro, I go to him, look, man, I'm borrowing that.
If you want to stay alive.
Yeah. I'm borrowing that right now. And he was like, no. I made him borrow it. I made him lend it to me, basically. Yeah. Which a dickhead move on my behalf. But anyway, I took it off the kid and I was basically walking around school. I went to all the classes in the morning with it in my trousers. Yeah. You know that scene from Boys in the Hood with Ice Cube? When
yourself, motherfucker.
No, not break yourself. That's from Menace to Society. I'm talking Boys in the Hood, yeah? Boys in the Hood is when they're all there on Crenshaw Avenue and they're all in there in the cars and then the guy shoulder barges Ricky. And then Ice Cube comes out.
Rocks up.
And he lifts his shirt up and he goes, we got a problem here? We got a problem here? Hey, yo, motherfucker, we got a problem.
I remember you doing it now.
Yeah, and so I was just walking around going like that. Yo, we got a problem? hey, yo, you, we got a problem here? We got a problem? Like that, yeah. And I was just doing that all morning, yeah. Begging to get caught. Like I said, if anyone saw me in the school with this gun, then it was all over. Any teachers or anything. But anyway, so I'm walking around all morning doing that. And then Andy, obviously, you see me doing that. And you're like, yo, Maddie, man. And this is at lunch now. We're at lunch.
The hell is
You were
that?
like, yo, Maddie, let me have a go. Please.
You're like, no, 100%.
And I was like, hell. Because in my head, I was like, look, I can walk around, look cool, wear it in my trousers, go, yo, we got a problem here, we got a problem here. And then have
but
a
you
laugh.
plainly thought you'd still
And
be able to
that's it.
blag it and not get caught. And you thought if you gave it to me, we
I
were
don't
just
think
going to be red-handed.
Yeah, I didn't think anyone was going to grasp me. I was just an idiot. I was an idiot. And then Andy, the wild child, is like, Maddie, please, let me have it, man.
This is in the dining room where there's like,
In the dining. And you said
50 to 100 kids.
And you said to me, just one shot. I just want to shoot it once.
One time. Just one time.
And I'm like, no way, man. No, and we're in the queue now. We've got our trays in our hand. If I remember correctly, my memory is really hazy, but I do remember. Yeah,
because the guy, we weren't in the queue when you handed it to me.
No,
I was probably harassing you for a long time. Throughout the whole queue. We get our trays of food. We walk back to the table.
Give me the gun, Maddie. Me, please. Just one shot, please, Maddie. Please, just one.
You did really well to say no.
I was like, nah, because I knew something was going to pop off, literally. And then finally, like an idiot.
Or like my parent, you know what I mean? Like just giving in. Like,
I was like, just, here you
Tell
go.
him to shut
One
up.
shot. That's it. Just one. That's it. Because
I
I was kind of
immediately
as well. I was curious as well. I was like, "What's he gonna do?"
Yeah.
And what did you do, man?
I think I let off like 6 or 7 rounds straight away. Like,
At least, yeah.
And you were like, "What the fuck?" And I kind of like did a little kind of duck away from you. Kept on pop, 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 pop. And then I saw that kid. I don't know if we should mention his name.
Maybe not. Maybe
I
not.
don't know. But he wasn't too popular, and he was a little bit. He was
a bit of a dick.
He was a bit fat as well, and he was getting all of these iced donuts. Yeah, so he was now in the queue that you were talking. So we were definitely out the queue, but some of the kids, they had a posher blazer. Yeah, they had like a really, really thick. I mean, proper 100% wool, thick blazer.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was just popping him in the back, like pop, 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 from quite from the tables. It was like, I don't know, 20, 30 yards, meters, whatever. And it was affecting him.
Meters. No, it wasn't 30 meters. You were
20 yards.
Close. No, you were really like 5 meters away from this.
Okay.
Dude. Yeah, you weren't far away.
And he's
on his back, and he couldn't feel it. Yeah.
But it's affecting. He's like, stop it. You know what I mean? Obviously, I don't stop it because he's like saying now it's causing a reaction. He's like, stop it. And I swear to God, Joe, he starts slowly turning round to give me the old, fuck off, fucking stop it. And I just I'm pointing the gun up. And at the same moment, Maddie was a sick tackler in a rugby.
Yeah, I was good at rugby back then.
Bam! Bam! It hits me from the side, like proper full-on tackle, because he's saying this shit's going out of control.
Yeah,
like this shit was
in
going.
the lunch hall in front of everybody.
Everybody's now looking. This kid's shouting.
No.
I'm probably going. Ah!
He turns around and you shoot him. I swear you hit him in the face. Or he claims you hit him in the face because he grabs his face
him in the eye.
and he screams.
Hit him in the eye.
No, it can't have gone in his eye because he's not blind. He's fine.
He blinked, and his eyelid was all purpley pink.
Oh
but
shit!
Maddie,
I don't remember that.
Amber tackled me, and we're flying in the air. It's like some Bruce Willis Die Hard shit. Yeah.
No, what's his name? The John Woo. Some John Woo shit. You're like flying and shooting in the air.
Yeah.
If only we were in a church.
I wasn't shooting. I shot one more.
Oh yeah.
One more pellet.
Yeah.
And just pop and right. And the kid had closed his eye.
Yeah.
Hit him on the eyelid. This guy drops.
Man.
Like he was making a massive thing out of it.
He dropped to his knees, covered his face with his hands, and went.
It's like Platoon.
Yeah. Like, and I was like, no, in my head. I was like, no, it's over. It's all over.
And I'm thinking, there's no way I hit him. Like, I was kind of horror. I was vertical in the air.
Yeah.
Maddie knocked me for 6, and I'm sort of pop, shot the thing, and it went
You wouldn't stop. I kept
on
telling you
his
stop shooting.
fucking eyelid, man.
Jeez.
On his eye, and I quickly gave the gun back to Amber.
Yeah, and I legged it out. I
made a dust for it, and that teacher pinned me against the wall. Mrs. Hunter, she was hunting.
Okay, I don't know this
blonde
bit.
hair.
You know what, Andy? Theme.
Yeah, because I was on my own.
I keep saying your government name. Sorry, brother. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Name, like, get me.
Hey, yo,
but I ran out of the dining hall.
Yeah,
and I was just going to peg it up the stairs.
Yeah,
I think it's called the ABC or something. I was pegging it up the stairs. She was coming down. But she was coming down because she'd heard like this mad commotion. It was when you shoot someone in the face in any kind of school, it's going to make like, and all the kids, it was a massive commotion.
Yeah,
it was a massive, it was like a big kind of, what the fuck's going on? And that kind of shit. And I'd been in a ton of shit.
Arms house to your mum's house. To your mum's house.
We had that because in that school, like I said, it was a quite a well-to-do school. They know the troubled kids. Because
there's only like 4 troubled kids in each year.
You know, and like whenever a substitute teacher came in, I remember at the beginning of class, they'd list out the register and then it would come to my name. They'd be like, you know, they'd say my name and then I'd be like, yeah, here. And they'd be like, so you're that kid.
Yeah. Oh,
they'd say that, and I'd be like, well, yo, I don't even know who the hell you are, man. How the hell am I supposed to...
They always knew, man.
They knew.
I've been told to keep my eye on you.
I've been told to keep my exactly. But anyway, but so Miss Hunter grabbed you. I've legged it out of there. I went straight to my classroom. I wrapped the gun up in my jumper. I put it in my locker. I should have thrown it in a river. If there was a river, I would have thrown it.
This is so good.
I put it in my locker, locked my locker, and then sat in the form room until after lunch, man. And then
just pretending like nothing was happening, man.
And then the register after lunch in the form room, then the deputy headmaster poked his head in and said, could, this student named me.
It was like, it was calm like that. He came in and said,
he just came in and said, could this student come to my office? And I was like, oh, sugar. And so then, I came up there. I saw you there. And then we went.
I was waiting outside.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, again, this is all blurry to me, and my memory is terrible. But we went to was it the headmaster or deputy head? Or the head deputy. And then I don't remember much, but I do remember you going, "It doesn't hurt, man. It doesn't hurt." And then you grabbed because it was on his table, the gun, and then because obviously he told me grab the gun, so I had to get it from my locker and blah blah blah. I knew the jig was up. And then,
just a little bit.
It was on his table, and you were like, "Look, it doesn't even hurt." And then you pointed at his fire. He had a fireplace in his.
No, this is you. You were doing this.
Oh, was that me?
I think this is you. Yeah, you were like going into super blag zone.
Yeah,
you're like, right, I'm going to blag this.
I'm the
blag it.
The Blag Master General. I pride myself in being able.
You were
going to
get us out of it.
Yeah, and so I was like, "Look, it doesn't even hurt," and I fired it at the fireplace and it just went ping, 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 all around the room. We were like ducking. It was like a cartoon.
The teacher is going down with his head.
It didn't help. It didn't help the case at all, man. Because I was like, it's plastic, little plastic shitty bullets that don't do nothing to no one.
And then went ceiling wall. And then it obviously proved it was, quite.
No, but I remember you going, look, it doesn't hurt. And then you shot it into my hand. Yes. Yeah. And I remember looking at you do that, and you shot it like at point blank range into your hand. And then I remember your face going, like, because it fucking must have caned your hand, boy. But you were trying to hold it down because you would have messed your story up. But I remember you shooting it into your hand, and then they were just like, "Nah, man, that's wrong." But I didn't get kicked out, man. Because obviously I didn't shoot the gun, but then I grassed up the Japanese kid, man, because they were like, "Where do you get it from? Whose gun is it? All this stuff." And I was like, "Oh man, I feel bad because this kid, he was a good kid."
Think about him, because he was a good boy.
Oh yeah, fucked him.
He's
up.
never been in trouble for
At
anything,
all, for
and then
nada.
his parents get this call that he's providing arms.
And obviously, I said that I took it off him, you know what I mean? And he didn't want me to have it, but I took it anyway, kind of thing. But I downplayed that part.
Yeah, but if you looked at the graph of his troublemaking at school, it would have just been flatline, and then this huge Mount Everest of. He wasn't like, you know what I mean? Yeah. He didn't spit on the floor.
No, exactly. And I did feel bad. But at the end, all I got and all he got was a Saturday detention. So we had to come in on Saturday and do a
You
Saturday
didn't get
detention.
suspended or anything like that?
No, we had two Saturday detentions, I remember. But we didn't get suspended, obviously not expelled or anything like that. No. But like I said, I was, I would get into trouble and I was known as the class clown and all that stuff, but I never really went past many lines like that, too many times. I don't know. I mean, was that got you? Was that the thing that got you kicked out? I don't think it was.
I was suspended more than once.
Yeah, I think
it was
you
just
got
getting
suspended
worse and worse
because you shot the gun. Because you were the one licking off shots in the middle of the lunch hall. I think that's what, obviously, I was just walking around going, "Yo, we got a problem here. Yo, we got a problem, motherfucker."
You were just doing the comedy act.
I wasn't looking to shoot people. Yeah, you were.
I remember now you're bringing memories back, because I remember I was suspended for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
and that was the first time my dad bringing up military school.
Oh, wow.
Because he used to threaten it to me. And over the years, I got in so much drama, some different schools. I got booted out of another school as well.
Yeah.
And he was saying military school, but it never happened. And then eventually it happened. But if it didn't happen so much, I was like, yeah. I started getting used to this threat. Like, it's never going to happen. Yeah. But I remember being at like Ravenscourt Park or Turnham Green or something. Yeah, Turnham Green. And I was suspended because I'd been suspended before. My mum said, "You're never going out. That's it." This other time I was suspended, she was just like, you know what I mean? I can't control this. Or I climbed out the toilet window, whatever. I was at Turnham Green Station and Josh Six, do you remember Josh Six?
Mm-hmm. He
said, I was suspended. And he said to me, "Yo, did you do it?" And I was like, "Do what?" He said, "Oh, there's all this talk in the school about you setting fire to the some block had been set on fire." Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
The what's it called? Languages, like the languages block.
Yeah.
There's been a fire in there, and you've been blamed for it. I was like, what the fuck? I wasn't at the school. I was suspended from the school.
Oh wow. Okay.
And they thought, and because the rumor got so deep, they called us in, me and my mum and dad. And even my mum and dad were like, whoa. He wasn't at school. He was suspended. Like, what are you talking about? And like, oh, well, there's lots of rumors. He might have just walked into the school. No one knows,
Yeah.
And
I got called up. I mean, not on something like that.
They tried to pin me on that.
But that school would go a lot off rumors, man. And not even just rumors, off reputations. They'd hear, "Oh, Andy had something to do," or whatever did it, and then they'd be like, yeah, obviously, and then they just call you up to the office. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you just be like, "What the hell?" That happened to me a couple of times when something happened, and then they'd be like, "Oh, it was Maddie," and I'd be like, "No," you know what I mean? Like, but what could you do?
I keep on
really?
going back. I keep on talking to you about stuff like that thing I said at Brixton. Brixton, you can't be having blonde dreadlocks playing guitar.
Yeah.
Like shit's just different. Like at schools. Because at that school, the guys that did that was like these guys called Rishi and Robin, like this crew.
Oh yeah, I remember
mates,
them boys. Yeah. Maybe let's not get in the habit of mentioning too many names, though.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it matters. No one gives a shit.
But these guys were like stealing teachers' cars, graphing the side of the car, smoking zoots in the car, and filming it, and bringing the VHS in. to the classroom and telling everyone, come and watch us, come and watch this video.
Man, I remember that. Now you just
Stealing
mentioned
the teacher's
I remember.
car.
I remember.
Smoking zoots, writing Mr. Teskey is a pussy or
Yeah, they
whatever
were wild.
those words we said.
They were wild.
And then recorded it, bruv. And then they brought it in. And because back in the day, you had a TV with the VHS player, you know what I mean, all attached in like a frame. So like one classroom could have it, the next classroom, they'd like tell everyone about it and wheel the TV and put the VHS in. We'd all be watching it. You kids don't have that kind of ingenious kind of shit anymore.
You know what?
There's levels.
I don't have kids. I know you got kids. I don't have kids. But man, like during this pandemic and stuff, hearing about the way the schooling has been going on, like, because I wouldn't be paying attention otherwise to schooling now. Like, why would I? I don't have kids. You know what I mean? But man, I can't even imagine what it's like nowadays, man. With everyone has a camera now, and everyone has a phone, and you know, social media and all this stuff. I mean, I couldn't even imagine what it's like nowadays.
But everyone's good.
I mean,
if I said to my kids that people I knew stole their teacher's car,
oh yeah, they're definitely
smoked drugs in
now,
it, recorded it, and then they had such big balls, or they just didn't they wanted to get the prop. It was all about getting props back then.
Yeah. Well,
they wanted to get the props so much. We watched the video in the school.
Yeah.
And people would come upstairs to watch it from all different like years and that.
Do you think
that's for me, that's incredible.
Isn't it? But now I'm just thinking aloud now. Do you think it's something to do, like you said, about collecting props? Yeah. Before the internet, before social media.
Yeah.
To get props, you had to actually do some shit, you know what I mean? And like in front of people, you know, something wild, you know what I'm saying? Whereas
100%.
now, if you have, you know, skills in any sort, you can just display it on social media and people will give you props for it, you know what I mean? And you can kind of count the props as well with the amount of likes and the amount of views or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of shifted a little bit. And maybe that's why kids aren't so wild nowadays. But I'm sure there are crazy wild kids out there now.
There's crazy wild kids like knifing people up and stuff, but that's kind of like real gangland shit.
Yeah, that's
those
not every
people
kid.
Are going to be they're going to be fucked for life. But there's no like mad like the naughty guy in the school, like the naughty boy is like doesn't even say like shut up to the teacher. I mean, it's just madness.
And there's more keeping kids indoors nowadays than ever before. Back in the day, what were we going to do in the house? We just were itching to get the hell out of the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like being in the house was okay. If you had a
parents
Nintendo,
wanted you out the house. Get out the house.
Well, yeah, to a certain degree, at a certain age, yeah, you had to leave, and you just wanted to be out. You know what I mean? Because indoors, you're just boring indoors. You know what I mean? But now there's so much you can do indoors now. Why even bother going out? You know what I'm saying?
I just remembered another one about your crew. Amber was Ealing,
yeah,
and you had a good crew, like good guys. I won't mention their names. Good people in that crew, yeah. And I was like slowly I was just like this wild child, like you said, amongst like all different people.
I'm a wild child. I get buck wow. I'm a wild child.
Exactly.
I get buck wow. Sorry.
Back in the day, there was no mobile phones, so your friends used to call your house phone, And this guy, we'll just call him D. They were all around. You were all around his house, and it was like chocolate Thai weed was in. It was like this is like before like skunk became like a
chocolate Thai.
Like we couldn't really buy that skunk shit. You know what I mean? It was all chocolate Thai shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, but my mum was holding the receiver upstairs, or downstairs or whatever.
Oh,
and
man.
D was like going, "Yo, can you get some Rizzler and some B&H? You know what I mean? 10 B&H or whatever." To help us build these zoots, and I knew there was no chance. I looked about 7, like there was no way. I might have had a fake ID or something, but I said I'll do it. Yeah, no props. Didn't know. And my mum came down the stairs like a motherfucker. You'll never go around to that boy's house. I had to climb out the window for that to go there. And then I turned up. I didn't get the props because I had to do the old, oh yeah, the shop didn't have any like B&H 10 packs. You know what I mean? Like they're blaming.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh my God. Everything. I'd said yes for props. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it. I should have just said, like, bruv, there's no way they're going to serve me that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
But we used to, like, everyone was a chancer back then as well. You know, like, you know, we'd be like, oh, yeah, we're going to go house party. Yeah, we'll get some beers. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we'll get this. Yeah. Not thinking, like, how are we going to do this?
Do you know the person? Oh, yeah, no. She's like my sister's brethren, bruv. We can all go. You're like, really?
Yeah. Yeah, until you turn up and everyone's like, nah. And then you're like, oh. But listen, yo, we're already 45 minutes deep, yo, man. Like we ramble a lot, you know what I mean? And I think that's what will make this podcast good, man. But we did have an idea of sections that we wanted to put into this podcast, you know, like different like little things that we could talk about each week, you know, something more specific,
regular spots.
A regular spot, like for example, we were going to have themes rant. You know what I mean? Have you rant off about something? Maybe even to work a little bit on your stand-up comedy routines. You know what I mean? A little bit or whatever. You know, something that irks you that you want to like.
Lots of things like that.
Yeah,
man.
Something to get off your chest. And I was thinking another one would be like, because I'm into conspiracy theories, and when I say I'm into them, I don't believe them. I really hate a lot of them.
Laughing about them and thinking, where did it come from?
To be honest, I used to laugh about them, but now it gets so much more serious, and complications from these conspiracy theories have so many different knock-on effects that are really bad. But some are harmless. But anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about my favorite conspiracy theories. you know? And then I was thinking we could also, because we're so into music and stuff, and maybe people listening, we could introduce people into music that they might not have heard of. And also it's a way to kind of get them to know us a bit better. You know what I mean? Like we could, you know, talk about...
I think we should do that every week, like 3 tunes that mean something or cause a big memory or have a special effect. You know what I mean? Bi-weekly or every week, not just once. Because it's so difficult just to do 3 tunes from your childhood, man.
Exactly. So a song that, you know, not our favorite songs. Like I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying songs that have made an impact on us that will spark a conversation of some sort, maybe. And also I remember you. Also, we planning hopefully. Also, you said you wanted to do like, which is a little bit, I don't know, a little bit controversial, but you wanted to do the wackest graph writer of the week.
Yeah, definitely wackest graph writer of the week.
Because there's some writer, like, you know, because graffiti nowadays, like now we've been talking the whole time about back in the day, you know, how things were a little bit more harsher back then.
And you're saying as well, to link into that, you're saying like the internet giving people props, like back in the day, these people would have been slapped to fuckery and told to, you know, go home and practice on sketchbooks.
Like and nowadays, you could paint a piece, post it up on Instagram, and maybe you'll get 2 likes. That's when you know that it's whack. Whereas back in the day, you knew it was whack when someone either dogged you out or they saw you do it and robbed your paint and slapped you around the face.
Yeah, but thing is, they get more than 2 likes. They get everyone's mates with them.
Well,
everyone's
you
need to just do this and try a bit more, and they get like all the, you know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, everyone's bum licking each other, man. Which to be honest, I don't think it's 100% purely negative thing. I think it's good to encourage. No, it's good to encourage people but not to give people too much props when they definitely have a way to go yet. You know what I mean?
I think it's more of a theme jealousy thing. Like we had to go through getting robbed 15 times a day, and these guys are just doing like
but being robbed doesn't make you doesn't make you better at graph.
No. But because we were, we were toys. I was a toy to get beaten up for being a toy.
Yeah.
And now toys can just go around being toys. So I'm saying I'm jealous of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's more of my mindset, like this isn't on. This isn't acceptable.
Yeah, it's changed a lot. It's changed a lot, man. Definitely the process in which it happens.
I reckon it'll upset people just us saying on the podcast, like, this guy is whack. This girl, this person is whack.
Well, that's the thing.
It's going to get them upset. I mean, it's that moist. You can't even... But you can. I'm saying we can do it.
Well, okay. If you want to do it, let's do it now. Let's do this section now. Wackest graph writer of the week. The week. Go on, theme. Hit it. But wait. But first, I want to say a disclaimer. I have to, just because people have fragile egos out there, you know what I mean? And especially graph writers, you know what I mean? Me included. So I just want to say, if your name is mentioned in this Wackest Graph Writer section, just know that you're up enough for us to even have seen you. That, you know, we've noticed you, we've seen you up, so you've been putting in work.
That's a good point.
This isn't to dishearten you, this isn't to make you stop writing or anything, but maybe to put a little rocket up your ass, maybe to improve, maybe. I don't know who themes
go
gonna
back
mention,
and practice.
but yeah, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, people speaking their mind, and this is just our opinions right now. This isn't life and death. This isn't the be all end all of everything. This is just two people's opinions right now. So go on, hit me, Theme. What's been on your mind, man?
But yes, what you said is true, because I keep seeing it up, but it's No, the thing is with this person, I personally think it's a woman. I don't know why. I just get that feeling that it's a woman.
I think it might be
a girl.
Yeah.
Blatantly, it's from as well. I'd put money on that.
Yeah. I mean, the name,
because
obviously.
You know, who's going to do that? But I first noticed it when I was driving like down the Westway, come down the Westway into like Edgware, or Paddington or whatever, and I started seeing these breaches, and I'm like, you got to be joking, like, you know, the difference between graph and like political graph. Someone's like writing "no more poll tax" or something, just in normal letters. This is worse than that.
Just
this
like
is
shitty
so shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But trying to do like a little squiggle on the E at the end or something. But it's like all like my son Leo, he does joined up handwriting, because he's 8, and it looks like he's doing it. I swear to God, it looks like he's doing it. I even said to him, "Look, could you do better than that?" He's like, "Yeah, that's just I don't know what that is. That it's so shit, and it makes me so angry. It makes me so angry because it's whack. It's whack. But to be fair, I've seen chrome bombing in black, bombing in pens. I think I've seen a dub as well.
No, I've seen a dub down in down the legal wall down there on the opposite side. There's a a white. I think it's a white fill-in, and the reason why I think it's a girl as well is because it had loads of hearts in it, loads of little hearts.
I've got nothing against that. I've just got against the style.
Yeah,
it's so. I used to listen. Amber's never really been a toy. Because he's very good at art and technical drawing.
I was a big toy back in the day.
Yeah, but there's a difference between people who can't draw who start graph. Like, they are toy beyond toy. That was me, like, just completely dog shit, But it's more of like so for me, I'm kind of like, well, you know what I mean? No one's even saying anything. Everyone's just allowing this. Their close mates aren't saying, yo, listen, man.
Maybe they are.
Shit. You've got to pipe down and get a hand style, and then start doing, bigger stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's that bit in not in Wild Star? What's the other Star Wars when he's like, I think it's phase 2. When you get old enough to do a piece, you know what I'm saying? You got to start off with tags, and then when you get old enough to do a piece, at least get your reach going first.
I got to play devil's advocate with you, man, a little bit, because one of the reasons why I love graph so much is that it's not this elitist, like a lot of the art world is, very elitist kind of, oh, you're not good and you're good, and like, who the fuck are you to tell me I'm good or not good? You know what I mean? Whereas in graph,
it used to be,
it was to a degree, but I mean, like, people of note would have some sort of style, attached to them, or you know what I mean? It was quite an important factor, but like, one of the main factors is the getting up aspect of it, you know what I mean? And the notoriety of your tag, you know what I mean? And then the style part is another aspect of it. And then the positioning, where you place your piece, is another aspect of it. And then you know what I mean? Like, there's loads of different
proportion, colors, all that shit comes into
different things that you can rate off different things. Like, there are some graffiti writers out there who do exactly the same outline. They don't even vary off the outline very much. They do the same outline over and 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 over. And for me personally, I can respect them for their gumption and their effort to get out
Their
there and do their
gumption.
thing. Yeah,
Their work rate.
yeah, the work rate, I can give people props on that, but I'm a style guy, you know what I mean? I like seeing some original styles, some cool styles, or even not original styles harking back to the golden era or whatever. You know, I can respect all that stuff, and I can see a lineage from your tag or your piece. I can see the lineage of what inspired you and what inspired that person, what inspired that. All that stuff is fun and part of the thing for me, you know? So, you know, there's all that stuff, but I don't know this person personally.
Yeah, we don't know. We got no hatred towards.
No. Well, you have a little bit. You have a little bit, bro. He's been winding you up, man.
I'm a 40-year-old grey-haired wanker.
Yeah.
I don't like everything. Everything I don't
what
like.
I was going to say.
No personal attack.
No, exactly. But what I was going to say is, like, I've known a few people back in the day, especially, who were whack. And me being a nice guy. No, but yeah, okay. No, but I'm talking about people back in the day. I don't even want to mention names. Yeah. But one kid in particular, there's one kid I'm thinking of in particular, yeah, who was my bro, man, really cool dude. Okay, I'll tell you, he used to write Dufo, yeah, Dufo, Dufo,
I remember that.
Really cool motherfucker. I loved him. We used to hang out at his house. He was in my crew, cool. But he was, you know, he wouldn't really progress with his style that much. You know, we were starting doing wild styles, we were doing pieces and all this stuff, but he was doing really weird, fucked up shit. And I used to like give him little pointers, you know, like little subtle like hints. You know, I didn't want to bruise his ego, you know what I mean, in front of everyone. So I'd be like, well, why is that bit there? That negative space in your O is so much bigger than in the D, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you can fix that really easily. And he's like, then he'd always react, no, it's meant to be like that. No, I meant it to be like that. No,
but
it was
he
meant to be like
didn't. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, all right. You know, I'm trying to point out, you know, and he just like was really hard-headed, refused to take any sort of criticism whatsoever. Those type of people I got no time for nowadays, you know, people who are so up themselves that they're not willing to take any sort of critique whatsoever. Those are the people that I got no time for. I hope he isn't one of those people, you know what I mean? I hope they
I just don't see any progression in like even Zombie says, yo, I can't draw.
Yeah.
But I can't draw.
It's
like
not
Teach went
drawing.
to art school, rare.
Yeah.
That Zombie only practiced graph.
Yeah.
But now look at his graph. Now you know, like another lady, Enigma.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she started off,
cool.
she was pretty whack. But you look at the progression.
In it.
You can view the progression. You can see that she's taking on, though. I think she paints with like certain heads, and they give her her little tips, like you were saying.
You can tell she's observing. She's taking on board. She's ill, man. Her latest few pieces have been super sick, man.
Yeah,
enough
and
props
she's a
to
cool
Enigma.
person, and she still owes me a TFL jacket, man. She's got the original TFL jacket. Yeah, sick.
What's her Instagram? Because she's got really good Instagram, lots of cool pictures. She documents a lot of graph around London.
Just Enigma or something. Yeah, she's got like 75 billion followers for
I can't remember.
Posting bare graph.
But let's plug her Instagram because it is dope, man. She documents a lot of cool stuff going on, and she knows a lot of cool.
Just an Enigma.
Just an Enigma. Yeah, follow her.
Yeah, and good on her. Her profile picture is the Grenfell Green Heart, man.
What's your
12.8 thousand followers.
Easy. Big her up, man. Damn right.
Yeah, man.
But what's your Instagram? Plug your one, man.
Mine's Real Theme.
Real Theme. And mine is
Real Theme.
At So Damn Fresh with a number one. So Damn Fresh 1. And damn is spelled correctly, DAMN.
Yeah,
So Damn
twisted,
Fresh 1. But we're reaching up to an hour. No, we've hit an hour now, man. Like that went pretty quickly, man. We had loads we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, we haven't even done all our bits. So just quickly to run through for next week, we'll be doing the wackest graph writer of the week, or if no one pops up, it might be bi-weekly or whatever. There's no set rules. We're going to do Amber's conspiracy theories or why he likes them. We're definitely doing themes rants. I'm going to have a lot of those. like the fucking next door neighbor right now. And there's a policeman being caught masturbating in the park, bruv. I don't know what's happening to the police.
I don't know what is it?
I saw it today. It's in the news today. So, and there's park in East London, I think.
Oh,
there's a black geezer who was pulled over last week, or 2 weeks ago, when it was a bit sunny, for wearing a big jacket, and they said to him, "You're not dressed correctly." He had nothing on him. Anyway, same dude was pulled the next week, and he filmed it. It's all like the Met is really going down. And we've never been fans of it, but if that was your business, you'd be thinking, "Holy, we got clothes." That we are getting bad press after bad press. The boss, who's called Crested a Dick, and she's left. She's leaving. The dick is leaving, and now this other guy's got his dick out masturbating in the park. Jesus. You've got that young girl who was strip searched when she was on her period. You know what I mean? All this stuff coming. That was by 2 female police.
Was that in England or in America? That was in America.
It was in England. In Hackney, bro. At her school.
It was as well.
In her school.
No, that was horrific. That was terrible.
You imagine you franchise KFC or McDonald's, or you make your own business, and this sort of shit is happening.
It's
like
insane.
There's no way, And they're talking about public trust. It's no wonder no one's got any. There's that policeman who picked up that woman and killed her 2 years ago now, maybe a year ago now.
Oh yeah,
big case. And he pretended he was going to help her out. He said he was a policeman, and then he raped and killed her. That was a massive case.
That was insane.
It just seems to be going down the fucking pan. Down the pan. Before, back in the days, your parents used to say to you, if you get in trouble, if you get lost, rare, well, depending where you were from, what your background was, go and ask a policeman. And now, you know what I mean? I'm thinking about my kids. If my kids were little girls, I'll be thinking, no way.
Andy, I got to push back a little bit, man. I don't think it's... I mean, there's always been corrupt, fucked up police, man. Even back in the day. I remember back in the day, me, being Arabic, and
back in the day,
I used to hang out with mad Somalians back in the day in Hanwell, and we used to get pulled over every 5 minutes, man. We used to get pulled over, harassed, police, you know what I mean? I remember once we were in East London somewhere, and we were running for the last train, trying to get back to West London, man. And they stopped us because they saw us running. We're like, we're trying to get the train. They were like, no, hold up. And they'd start searching us. And the train is literally there. We can look at the train. They were searching us, didn't find nothing. We had nothing on us. We're like, look, we need to get this train. They were like, no, wait, we need to take your details. And they were holding us there on purpose, waited till the train closed doors, the train left. Yeah. And they were like, all right, you're free to go now.
Absolute wankers,
and we were like,
man.
what? That happened to me. Yeah, that definitely happened once, and loads of times we'd get pulled over and stopped.
Used to get pulled a lot,
and obviously as a dude, it's different from as a woman. You'd expect police. If anyone is out there trying to protect people, you'd expect a policeman to do that, and it's fucked when it doesn't happen like that.
But it's not just now. It's not just they're not. And there's good police. There's going to be in every force across the world. There's going to be good police. My point is,
it's not. I don't think it's dramatically changed from when we were kids to now. Whether there's more fucked up police now than
it's
there was
probably
back
because
then.
Everyone's got a camera, But we're not talking getting pulled over. We're talking wanking in the park.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Well, it reminds me of Chris Rock. I mean, we haven't mentioned the whole slap thing that Will Smith and Chris Rock.
By the way, there's a great conspiracy theory about that.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
There's a couple. My baby mama was telling me a few, but there's one.
Fake. I've heard people saying it's fake.
Yeah, there's the fake one, but they listen to this one.
Yeah.
So Pfizer. Yeah. Pfizer produced vaccines.
Yeah, the vaccine guys. Yeah.
They were something to do with Chris Rock wearing a fake pad on his face. Yeah.
Oh my god!
And it just so happens that Pfizer were sponsoring the Oscars as well. So and I was just like, man, Shireen, you've got to shut up about this.
What?
But you should look into that one for next week.
I'm going to look into it.
It sounds like bullshit.
Well, listen, because I obviously I saw, not to get too often to a tangent about that. Maybe we'll mention this. We'll talk about it next week or whatever. But yeah, the bloody slap thing people talking about is fake. And to be honest, when I first saw it, I thought it was staged. The way Will Smith looked when he slapped him, and then the way Chris Rock reacted, I was like, oh man, and the camera angle is over the shoulder of there's like 50 cameras at that stage. You know, it's the Oscars, man. There's fucking 50 cameras, and that's the one angle we get over the shoulder of Will Smith. And if you're shooting a movie of someone punching someone else, that's the shot that you would take, you know what I mean? From over the shoulder of the guy punching and the other guy reacting. You know what I mean? So to me, at first, I was like, oh, is that real? Is that like just the Oscars trying to up their ratings? Because now no one's talking about anything else except for the fucking Oscars. Well, no, they are. But I'm just saying, like, you know, that's
I see you because, and they've been dropping their ratings a lot.
But
like they've been upset about their ratings.
Well,
no one watches that shit anymore. So they did this to like get a load of ratings. You know.
Well, and also they had the whole controversy about, you know, Oscars too white. You know what I mean? And then that's why they got Chris Rock in. I don't know if you remember that. And then Jada Pinkett boycotted it because Will Smith wasn't up for the Oscar. You know, wherever a couple of years ago, whatever that was. Anyway, so I did think initially, oh, maybe that was staged just for the whole social. But I was thinking, like, who actually comes out looking good out of this? I was like, you know, what would be the point if it was staged? Like,
as soon as he started shouting, "Get your wife out my fucking mouth," you were like, "Whoa, dude's switching." When
I saw that bit, then I was like, "Oh no, wait, hold on." You know,
check this out about what you're saying about. Go to Michael Rappaport's Instagram page.
Yeah. You see a different angle. Yeah, I saw that.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Jada's laughing.
Yeah.
And so Will Smith slaps Chris Rock. Chris Rock says that line, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of him.
Yeah.
She's laughing.
Yeah.
This is all about her. And she's like laughing as if it's part of the gig.
And it was such a shit joke as well. Like the whole G.I. Jane thing. It was such a, like, not a shit.
Minor,
I mean, it was such a
minor joke, man.
In the grand scheme of hosts at award
and she laughed at that joke as well.
No, she rolled her eyes at that.
Oh, yeah, she rolled her eyes at that. He laughed at that. Nah, it seems like some weird shit.
He giggled at it, but it's just when you're in a crowd of people and you're watching a comedian and they make a joke, you're gonna. I do it. You know what I mean?
And then you look at the trouble and strife and you think, oh shit, she's fuming. I'm gonna get a bollocking of my life. That's why he went. And
Will was wrong for that. I think. I mean, just to cut a long story short, we can't go because we've gone over an hour now. I don't want to go too much over an hour, but you know, I think Will was definitely in the wrong, man, big time. Not only one, it's completely out of character for this guy. Not that I know him personally, but from him being in the spotlight since I was a kid, he's never been that dude. And he's
always been the nice guy. I think that's why he's switched.
And
sick of being the nice guy.
And he is a comedian as well, Will Smith. He's a funny mother crusher. And the whole Fresh Prince is him gunning Uncle Phil for being fat and fucking Carlton for being a geeky wannabe white boy. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just like his whole humor is based on cussing other people, like roasting people, like Def Comedy Jam. You know, where people just roast people in the crowd.
That's brilliant, Def Comedy Jam.
That's the beauty. Sorry. Excuse me, but that's the beauty of comedy, and like when you're in that scenario, whether you're in your comedy club or in an award ceremony that's being hosted by a comedian, and you're in the front row, you're fair game, yo. And okay, if it's a comedian, okay, sometimes they can cross the line, but you don't just walk up on stage and smack people, man. You deal with that stuff afterwards.
That was
man.
Mike Lowry.
You don't create more violence.
That was Mike Lowry.
That was Mike Lowry. Yo.
Mike Lowry slapped the shit out of him, man.
But it wasn't even a great slap. It's really, really, really weird, the whole thing. And I think no one comes out really looking great, except for Chris Rock, to be honest. He was professional. He didn't react emotionally, like instantly, you know what I mean? And
he just carried on. And again, all this new age shit we're living in.
He was just doing his job.
This new age kind of, this new world we live in.
Oh, Will Smith has ruined his career. That's it. Will Smith is going to get cancelled. He's ruined his career.
Dude won an Oscar 10 minutes later.
That was weird as well.
You know what I mean? Like, he's completely... If you reckon that someone slaps somebody and they've ruined their career, you better not pick your nose at work.
Exactly.
Like, you can't say that. That's bullshit.
Yeah. No doubt about that. Like,
let's see if Will Smith is ever behind the camera on a film again. I reckon 100%.
No, you
know
say
what I mean?
don't pick your nose in front of you at work or whatever. But no, you don't slap people at work. You don't walk up to your colleague at work and slap them around the face. There's definitely going to be
I've banged people in the
repercussions.
toilets at work. You know what I mean? I've smoked drugs at work. I've fucking told my, you know what I mean?
No.
Fuck.
Of course, believe me. Ultimately,
It's got a brilliant hand job
a
in
man
the
slapping another.
toilets at
Yeah,
work.
you see. Okay, you got to save that story for next week. But one man slapping another man for disrespecting his wife, you know, shit happens. Like, it's not the end of the world. We
It
all
depends as
live.
well
We
where
all
your wife's
survive.
from.
No, of course, but
You have a Latina wife, she's going to fucking love it.
That's a good point. That's a good point as well.
If you have an English rose of a wife, she, oh my goodness, what have you done? You know, our reputation.
Yeah. Yeah, that can happen. I mean, there's so many different variables, but ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, it's just that the platform it happened on was so vast, and people love, you know, people love attaching their own emotions to it as well. And that's like the whole purpose of social media is something happens in the world, and now we all have this platform where we can all give our little 2 cents on the matter, and everyone wants to, you know, oh no, he's protecting his wife, oh no, he went to violence, and oh no, Chris Rock was this,
I'm right with my opinion,
and everyone, it's not even I'm right, it's just everyone wants their opinion, and they have the means to let their opinion be seen and heard to whoever wants to see it, because you don't have to follow him if you don't want to. That's the thing. But you just
look at people that used to be doing jokes here, like Tommy Cooper. Like, you know what I mean? And then, I can't remember other, like, very racist comedians.
Yeah, what's his name? There was a bunch
and
of
now
them.
We're trying to cancel Frankie Boyle. Now we're trying to cancel... we cancelled that guy who banged all those women.
They
are
trying. Enough. No, who's trying to? Who's trying to?
We're trying to now cancel... who's the guy with the ha-ha-ha laugh? And he's always on, like, 8 out
Jimmy
of 10
Carr.
cats.
Jimmy
Carr, we're trying to cancel him.
Why?
A massive hoo-ha about what he said recently on his new Netflix special, which I thought was fucking hilarious.
I haven't heard it. I haven't heard of it.
He said something about, you know, obviously there's nothing good. I haven't seen the joke, but I've just read it, so I'm going to get it wrong.
Yeah.
But he's like, you know...
That's another problem as well, that people read jokes off of the newspaper thing and not in context, you know what I mean? But go on.
Nothing good came from... you know, the Holocaust, obviously horrific that, you know, millions of people were killed. But then he says, but, you know, a couple of 100,000 of Roman gypsies were killed as well. So there's like a bright side to everything. You know? And instantly they're saying, oh, he's anti-Semitic. He's da. And there's comedians getting cancelled just for saying jokes.
But that,
you know what I mean?
You see that even when you saying it now out of context, it's obvious to me, knowing Jimmy Carr being kind of a shock comedian, especially in his specials, maybe not so much when he's hosting shows, obviously it's not his job to do that then, but when his specials, he's definitely pushing the bar of cringe or offensive kind of jokes.
And he's expected to.
But that is but there are different types of jokes, and there are some jokes which I do often, obviously not on a big platform in front of people, but in my private life, sometimes an occasion will come up where I can say the most horrific, fucked up thing in the world just to gauge the reaction of the person I'm with. You know what I mean? Because your instant reaction to hearing someone say something so horrific, like, it's weird when you look at someone when they're reacting to it. At first, they're like, I can't believe he said that. And then you're like, oh, obviously he didn't mean that. He just said it to gauge my reaction. And then you get a laugh. Instinctively, that's what happens. Yeah. And that's a form of comedy, whether you like it or not. It's a form of comedy. Some people like it, some people don't. And that's fine.
I've got the joke here.
But when people do that, I get enjoyment out of that, knowing that the person saying it doesn't mean what they're saying.
Yeah, and that's what Ricky Gervais says.
They in fact mean the opposite. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's what makes it funny.
And it's the person who's hearing it, who's their reaction. If they go on that mad, oh, you can't say that reaction, that's because in their brain, they are correlating it to this negative. It just goes to show how they think, not the joke teller. That's why people say you can joke about anything. It's how people react. But here's the joke. Yeah, I've got the joke here. Yeah,
go on. You're gonna get us cancelled. It's our first episode. But
when people talk about the Holocaust, they talk about the tragedy and horror of 6 million Jewish lives being lost to the Nazi war machine.
Yeah.
But they never mention the thousands of gypsies that were killed by the Nazis. No one ever wants to talk about that because no one ever wants to talk about the positives.
Oh man. Yeah, it's fucked up, but that's what
people joke
that
about
reaction.
Gypsies and call them pikeys and all this stuff, and he says that, and he's getting cancelled. You know what I mean?
But he's not getting cancelled. That's the theme as well. You got to keep in mind, there's a lot of people trying to cancel people.
Yeah.
And no. Let me rephrase that. There's a section of society that are trying to cancel people. And it changes. That section changes depending on who's being offended at that moment in time, you know? But do those people actually end up getting cancelled the way we're talking about cancelling? Only a handful of people have actually been cancelled. And if you look at those handful of people, they deserved to be cancelled. I mean, Harvey Weinstein, for example. There's a few. Actually, no. You know what? I'm just thinking of one now that I don't think deserved to be cancelled. Who ended up getting cancelled was Louis C.K.
Oh yeah.
Louis C.K. was one of my favorites, man. And yeah,
have you seen his new shows?
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
Just comes out with massive "sorry" written behind him in lights.
It's called Sorry. Yeah, it's called Sorry. It's incredible. He's an incredible comedian. He's an incredible comedic mind. I think his crimes that he did, which were wrong, you know what I mean? He fucked up. But I don't think in the severity scale of things. And of course, me as a man, you know what I mean? Like, maybe my opinion isn't the most valid, you know what I mean? But from my perspective, I don't think he deserved what he got. I think he should have had some consequences. But ultimately, and obviously this is saying this now, he's still a millionaire. He's still chilling. He's still living pretty. He's just not in the spotlight anymore. He got his show cancelled. His show, Louis, was incredible, man. Really, really fucking good. And I'm really... what hurts me the most, not hurts me, I mean, I really don't give a shit. At the end of the day, it's fine. But what does bother me is that he had so much, I reckon, in him to create movies, TV shows that will never see the light of day now because of him wanking off in front of some people, you know, in a hotel.
But he's
room.
back now, no? So
he's back now, but I mean, like he was on a roll before that happened. He was
one of the top guys.
He could have been making movies by now. He could have been writing really cool, creative, funny, because he was pushing boundaries. He was, you know, doing his thing, and he was a really, really funny guy, man. You know, and it's a shame that he never got to really take that run on its fullest. Now I'm sure he'll do his thing, and he, like I said, he's fine. It's not like he's half dead hanging off a fucking cliff somewhere. No, he's living pretty.
Well, he was fine for a bit. He was couldn't
fine.
go outside.
Well, I don't know about that.
Super cancelled.
Yeah, I guess. But the thing is, he was more of a niche dude. Okay, yeah, he was quite popular in the stand-up comedy world, but you go to your average Joe here in England and say, oh, do you know Louis C.K.? I don't think most people probably even know who you're talking about. It's not like Will Smith smacking a guy on stage.
Yeah.
Like, that's a different scale, you know.
Massive. He's an A-list.
Yeah, that's next level.
100% A-list.
Yeah, man.
So we're going on. It's now 1 hour, nearly 1 hour 20.
I mean, we don't. Yeah, it's good to keep an eye on the time. I mean, do we have? Okay, I'll tell you what we could talk about before we sign off. That we're planning, hopefully, to have some guests on in the future.
Oh yeah,
because we know a lot of cool people. Us too, man. We know some really cool mother crushers, man. And maybe we can get them onto the show to. Yeah, just chop it up with them. I was thinking, rather than have guests on and just ask them the same old inane questions. Oh, where you from? What got you into? What you into?
What got you into making music?
We could think of some weird and crazy questions, or you know, from left field, just to get their opinions on stuff, or or to kind of, or I was even suggesting maybe to play them a tune each. We both play them a song and get their reaction from that song and see if it sparks off a conversation or something.
Yeah. And they can join in with the wackest writer of the week
if they want to, or they can say no comment if they want.
Or their field. You know what I mean? So if they are a producer, you get Farmer G or something. So who's the wackest producer?
Or I was thinking maybe we get Nick Nevin on. You know what I mean? And Nick, you know, well, anyway, I don't want to put him on blast, but he's a graffiti writer. But he's into the movies as well. We could talk about movies.
He's massively
successful.
Yeah,
massively
successful.
I was thinking hopefully maybe we could get my man Oliver Sudden on here as well. He's a G. Oliver Suds, Mice Diggy maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. We get some graph heads. I'll tell you what, wherever we post this,
Michael Parkinson, Black Twang, dudes like that, we could get on, man.
Oh man, that would be ill, man. I mean, we'll get all sorts of people on, man. And wherever we post this, we're definitely going to make a YouTube channel. It's going to be on the YouTube.
Yeah.
We're going to have a SoundCloud, and it's going to be available on all your favorite podcast apps. You know, you can check us out when we decide on what the name of this podcast is. I'm thinking
Arms House to Your Mum's House.
Arms House to Your Mum's House, you know? Maybe we stick with that
Arms
one.
to Your Mum's House. You best lock up your mom.
Arms House to Your Mum's House. I like that
Mum's
name.
House is
maybe we stick with that.
Up, rude boy.
So yeah, okay. So you can find.
So we didn't even do our 3 tunes, but we can do it all next time, man. And this is the first one. The next, it's just going to get better and better, more flowing, isn't it? More, easier and flowing and better.
I just wanted to say,
the time.
Whatever you see this on, you can leave a comment. Whether it's on SoundCloud, whether it's on YouTube, whatever it might be, leave a comment. Let us know what you thought or what you want us to talk about. Anything in particular?
There's going to be a load of
Theme is definitely the wackest writer of the week.
I'm going to have to take that on the chin.
You got to be prepared. You got to be prepared. If you're going to put yourself out there like that, you got to be prepared for that, yo.
Oh, brilliant. Man.
And so let us know what you think and all that good-ish.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure, Amber, man.
Yeah?
Definitely settle on Arms House to Your Mum's House.
Okay, good. I'm down with that. And what do you think about this? Because we're doing this remotely now. Me and Theme. He's at his house. I'm at my house. I got to shout out my brother Talal as well. Talalaban. Talalaban. He helped us out. He's kind of producing this first episode at least. Maybe he'll continue to do so if I can convince him to help us out. But he's a dapper. He does loads of podcasts. He does the Alexi Sale
He's
podcast.
A stand-up comedian. Genius.
Stand-up comedian. He does musical comedy. He's
what does
really
a
cool
duck
dude.
use to do his hair?
Wax.
You know what I mean? Leave it out, Rob. Leave it out.
Yeah, and
class.
And so he's a dapper. So thanks to him for helping us out so far. And man. Yo, I mean, let's call it. I mean, I got so much more we wanted to talk about, but we can save it for next time.
Yeah, because you're gonna edit it down anyway, no?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe I mean, it's pretty raw. It's been pretty full on all the way through. Oh, there's Talal there. What's up, Talal? Are you there? Talal. Okay, yo.
He's like, cut. You guys are shit.
Party people. Much love and respect.
Peace.
Arms House to Your Mom's House.
That's it, man.
Peace.
Arms House to your mum's house, to your mum's house, to your mum's house. Arms House to your mum's house, Arms House to your mum's house, Arms House to your mum's house, Arms House to your mum's to your Arms House to your mum's house. To your mum's